So stockings are some of my favorite Christmas gifts to give my kids because it's some of those unexpected things that are little but yet meaningful and that they might even not know that they want. I'm Rian, Christ-following wife and stay-at-home mom to 4 sweet boys. I'm growing and learning how to glorify Christ as a wife, mom, homemaker, and teacher, so come and grow and learn with me. I am Mama on Mission. So I'm going to go through my boys one at a time and let you know the individual things that they're getting in their stockings, and then at the end I'll let you know some things that I'm putting in at least 3 of their stockings and maybe even all 4 of them. So for my oldest, my 12-year-old, we came across these juggling balls at a garage sale completely unopened, and I thought that would be something fun for him to try out. And then I also found used this little miniature Simon game that was in perfect condition. So one thing, if you've seen any of my videos before, I am not ashamed to give used Christmas gifts. Now, obviously there's some things that are just much better if you just buy them new, but there's a lot of things that you can save so much money on and buy used and your kids don't really care. Now for my 10-year-old, his unique things in his stocking is a boomerang. He is really obsessed with Australia for some reason and things like in Australian culture. I think part of that has to do with being a fan of How Ridiculous, the YouTube channel. But he's asked for a boomerang for a while now and it just kind of has never happened, but I figured that would be a perfect thing to throw in a stocking. Now for my 5-year-old, he's also getting something that is used, but it was a really good deal. They're in great working condition, and that is some Pokemon walkie-talkies. My boys love Pokemon, much to my chagrin. It's definitely not my favorite thing. But they do collect them and all the things. So he will really think those are cool. He's asked for those several times as we've seen them in the stores and things. And it's just never been something that I've done. And then for my 2-year-old, he has several individual things that are just for him because some of the things that I'm going to put in the older boy stockings just wouldn't make sense to put in his stocking. And so he is getting a little Goofy plush from Walmart. I saw these and could not resist. He is obsessed with Mickey Mouse. And when I say obsessed, I mean obsessed. He asks us, he loves to draw, and he'll bring his little crayon and notebook everywhere and ask us over and over again to draw Mick. He calls him Mick, calls Donald Don. But he has 2 Mickeys, like plush Mickeys that he carries around everywhere. They are dirty and I just can't keep them clean. So I know that he will go crazy over this little, it's little, which is a good thing, plush Goofy. And then he's also getting socks in his stocking because the child needs them terribly. He is still wearing his little newborn socks and like the heel is like in the middle of his foot, you know, like they still work, but it's kind of sad. So he's going to be getting a big pack of socks. Now, as far as things that I'm putting in all of their stockings, of course, they always get candy canes. That's just something they love to get, like the crazy flavored ones, the Skittles and the Starburst and the Warhead flavors, all that stuff. And so they will each be getting a few candy canes. I also always put gum in everyone's stocking. That's a hot commodity around here, is if you have gum, you are top dog. And so they're all, except for the 2-year-old, going to be getting gum, but he will get a few candy canes probably. And then the 3 older boys are getting Nerf bullets. We are running terribly low on Nerf bullets, but that's just one of those things. I hate buying them because they are just everywhere all the time. But we are truly running low now. They're not just all lost. They've been chewed by the dog or by the 2-year-old or hit by the lawnmower and left at friends' houses and those kind of things. So I'm gonna buy a big tub of those and just divide them among the stockings. And then the older 3 are also going to be getting some Pokemon cards. I'm just gonna get some of those blind packs that you don't know what's in them and get a pack or 2 for each stocking. And then all 4 of them are going to be getting a Cush ball. Now this is funny because several years ago when these started coming back into Walmart, because these were popular when I was a kid, I showed my boys and I was like, aren't these so cool? And they're like, yeah, like they didn't care about them. But they were at a friend's house a few weeks ago who happened to have them, and they came home ranting and raving about these Cush balls. I'm like, I told you so. So they're each gonna get one of those, even the 2-year-old, so that he doesn't try to steal theirs. And then something interesting we're gonna do this year, and if it works, we'll probably do it again next year, but I am going to make little booklets, and these are gonna be like coupons. And so we've been trying to spend more intentional family time to where when our family is home together without sports or without church activities, that we're actually intentional about our time together. We're not just, you know, you guys go play over there, you go do your thing, me and dad are just gonna sit in here and talk. There's a time and a place for that, but there's also a time to like do things with your kids, right? They're only in our house for a certain amount of time, and so I want to make sure that we are making the most of that time. They're each going to get a little booklet with 4 or 5, I haven't decided, family night ideas in them, or family day ideas, depending on when it lands. But my goal is every 2 to 3 weeks that we have family time. Now, we do this anyway, obviously, but a lot of times it ends up being kind of the same old stuff. You know, we'll play a board game or we will watch a show together, which that's still fine. We'll still have plenty of time to do that. But every 2 or 3 weeks, I want to do something a little different. So each of them are going to get a little booklet, and they're each going to have 4 or 5 unique family ideas. Now, they're going to range from, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese. So like, you know, spend some money and go on an actual like fun date, all the way down to something small, like have a Lego building challenge. And so that's something where costs nothing, but we can all get together and we can look up some challenges online and just have fun doing something that they already like doing together. But having mom and dad join in on the fun would make it even better. So I haven't thought through all of my ideas yet, but I know I have thought through, you know, build a pillow fort and read a story inside the fort, different challenges, maybe a cooking challenge, and like I said, a Lego challenge, maybe a night of like those minute to win it type games. My boys are obsessed with like trick shots and stuff like that. So we could have a trick shot night also, where we record different videos of doing trick shots. A lot of them will probably have outdoor things. So going on a hike, which we do often anyway, but letting the kids like pick where we go hike and all that kind of stuff. You know, maybe what do they call that? Like a traveling dinner or something, where basically, you know, go and eat an appetizer one place, go eat a meal somewhere else, go eat a dessert somewhere else. Something like that. So like I said, some like more expensive things and then some more cheap things. And I'll make sure that each booklet has, you know, all of those things. And so then when it's family night or family day, we can say, okay, it's so-and-so's turn, and just let them take turns throughout the year. And just to be more purposeful with our family time. So once I get those all made up, I might make a video showing those if you guys are interested, and letting you know what all of our ideas were that we came up with. But that is what they're getting in their stockings this year. So be sure to check out my Christmas gift video if you are curious as to what we are getting for their actual gifts this year. If you're wondering where I've been, I have kind of been on a hiatus. There's just been things taking more precedence in my time, and that's okay. But hopefully I'll be back with more biblical womanhood content at some point, and homeschool content as well. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.